Be doing a arm and shoulder only workout. This is going to be an at-home set of exercises you can do with just a dumbbell. So if that sounds good to you, hit that like button for me to let me know you want more of this type of content, and it helps support the channel, so thank you so much. So we're going to start with a warm-up to get some blood flow into the muscles and joints, to get them primed to get ready to work. So for this, what I'd like to do is grab a light set of dumbbells. Now, if you don't have a lighter set, you can just do fewer reps. So if you normally do 10 reps, try to warm up with just a quick set of 5. But if you can, try and do a lighter set of dumbbells. So the first exercise we're going to do is for the biceps. This is called a wall curl. I'm gonna lean with my back against the wall, with my head touching and my hips touching. From here, I'm gonna tuck my elbows into my rib cage, so they're right in front of my rib cage, so I limit how much my shoulder can move. This is gonna put all of that tension into the bicep. So I'm not lifting with my shoulders, or that anterior deltoid, that front of the shoulder muscle. It's all in this upper arm and bicep. So from here, I'm going to bring my dumbbells up to the front of my shoulder and then back out in front. So I'm keeping my elbows tucked in at my rib cage, trying to do 10 reps up and down, getting some blood flow into that bicep muscle. Now this shouldn't feel strenuous yet, it shouldn't feel difficult. So if it is too difficult, then you're going too heavy, too quick. So we're just getting some blood flow into that bicep muscle. This is called a wall curl. Leaning against a wall, bringing the hands up to the front of your shoulder. And now we're gonna work the muscles in the back of the arm, those tricep muscles. So getting some blood flow into those, warming up using skull crushers. So you're gonna lay on your back. I really like this exercise because it puts a lot of extra tension into the largest part of the tricep. So it really builds up that long head of the tricep, that big piece of tricep that goes all the way to your shoulder. So you're gonna start with your hands right over the top of your shoulders, elbows tucked in. So I wanna keep my elbows pointed up at the ceiling and bend my elbows, bringing them down to my ears, and then back out straight. So keeping those elbows tucked in. Doing 10 reps of this to get warmed up in your triceps. We want to prime those muscles, get them ready to work. We don't want to go in with cold muscles. Doing about 10 reps. Now, if you're going with a heavier dumbbell, if you only have one dumbbell, just go for fewer reps. Maybe try 5 reps just to start out. Should not feel tiring yet, so you want to just start with a lower amount, gets your body ready to start working. And the last exercise we're doing is a lateral raise for these muscles right in here. So you're gonna stand with your hands to your sides and then lift up straight out just like you're making a snow angel, and then back down to your sides. Now this is great for that deltoid muscle around your shoulder. If you feel it in your neck, you're trying too much to lift from your shoulders up like this. Try to just lift your hands only. Your shoulders stay right flat. Doing 10 reps of this. And I'm trying to keep my thumbs pointed straight towards the front. And relax. Now I'm gonna move to a heavier dumbbell, and we're gonna start our bicep curls against the wall. So for this, leaning with your back against the wall, elbows in, and head and hips against that wall. From here, you're gonna bring up to the front of your shoulder, and then back down towards the front, keeping those elbows against your rib cage. Now I'm trying for about 10 reps of these. The exact number doesn't matter, but you want to go to where you feel tired in that bicep. And keeping that head against the wall. If you're coming up off the wall, you're trying too much with your shoulders. You're trying to lift from the shoulders or the back. And relax. Now, for me, I'm trying to build up more of that deltoid muscle. So every exercise I do, I'm going to add a set of lateral raises in the middle to really put some extra work into that deltoid. So I'm going to shift down to a lower dumbbell weight and lift out to the side. So for me, I'm trying to build up that deltoid muscle to increase the width of my shoulders. So we're putting some extra emphasis into that deltoid muscle. I find it recovers faster than the other muscles. Like right now, my legs are still sore from Monday, so I give a little bit of time before doing another full body exercise. But the deltoid has already recovered, so that's why we're working it again. All right, looks like the stream paused for a second. Let me know if you guys can see me in the chat. And next, going into skull crushers. So, starting with your hands right over the top of your shoulders, bending down to your ears, keeping those elbows up. Now, the reason I work out is because as we age, we start losing muscle. And so what I'm wanting to do is do resistance training to keep that muscle, or even strengthen that muscle back, or strengthen that muscle up. So even as I lose some as I age, I'm building back more than I lose. Because I don't want to be 70 or 80 and not able to move. I want to be healthy and strong, and that's what I want for you too. So if I can help you do that in any way, I know it's hard to do some of these exercises, but it's worth it. And you're worth investing in. You're worth investing in your body. Get stronger, to be healthy, to be able to move and feel good. And you can get there. So I'd encourage you to work out with me, or work out if I can help in any way. I'd love to have you here. If I can encourage or instruct, or just be here for you. Love to see you around. I host these live streams on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. So if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button for me to let me know you want to be part of this team. If you're looking to invest in a better future and a healthier future for yourself. So for some few years after I graduated from college, so I graduated with a degree in exercise science, but for a while I actually worked in marketing for company that actually sold gold prospecting equipment and resources. And I found during that time, I lost a lot of strength because I was sitting at a desk all the time and just body ached. It was not fun. So I found that coming back to working out and living healthy, I feel so much better in the day-to-day. And that's what I want to help encourage you to do. If you feel like you just feel run down all the time, but you don't exercise, try it out. You might feel like it's hard, but it's worth it. And you can feel so much different and so much better, like what happened to me. So I've been there. I think I was working in marketing about 5 years. I have to go back and check my resume to see, but it's not moving. It makes you feel so much worse. Just if you're sitting in a desk all day, and then it's hard to actually get up and be active because you feel so bad. It's hard to dig yourself out of that hole. But just taking that first step, it does get easier. It's actually the first workout's the hardest workout. And as you go, your body gets more accustomed to it. You can do the same thing at a more efficient level. So as you go, if you feel like, oh, this is too much, I can't climb this hill, it just keeps getting steeper and steeper, it actually gets easier and easier as you go. And that's why one of the things you have to do is progressively overload, is what the term is, where you make things harder because you get so much stronger, you have to throw some extra weight on the bar or throw an exercise in because you've gotten so much stronger. You have to keep pushing your body to make it hard enough for you. Otherwise it's too easy and it gets boring. And it doesn't grow muscle as you plateau in muscle gain. But not because the exercise is bad, but because your body has gotten so much stronger and so much more efficient. So one more set of wall curls. Head and hips against the wall. Bring your hands up to the front and back down, going for 10 reps. Try and keep those elbows right into your rib cage. And relax. What I found is keeping the elbows at that rib cage, instead of being here where my hands are pointed down and I've got no tension down at the bottom because it's just pulling directly on the ligaments in my elbow. Putting it in front of that rib cage means all that pressure when it's most lengthened in the muscle is put into that bicep because gravity always points down. I know, shocker on that one. Gravity points down. So if I'm here, gravity is pushing me down. If I'm here, gravity is not actually putting any pressure on that muscle or barely any pressure on that muscle. So that's why we bring the elbow a little bit forward against the rib cage to keep that force directly into the muscle on the most beneficial part of that movement. Now with a lateral raise, as much as we can, we want to keep gravity on that. One of the limitations of the dumbbell is that where the deltoid is most stretched, I have almost no resistance from gravity. So there are probably more efficient ways of doing this, but I'd have to work out one arm at a time or switch equipment. So for the dumbbells, we get a pretty good deltoid movement with this one. So lifting out to the sides and back down. So this exercise was studied specifically with lengthened muscles. So testing the effectiveness of a different force curve, doing cables versus, I believe it was cables versus dumbbells, and found there was not an appreciable difference between the two. So even with dumbbells, you will see potentially good growth. And 10, and relax. Should feel that burning in the top of your shoulder. Oh. All right, and going for a set of skull crushers. So, hands right over the top of your shoulders. Last set of skull crushers. You should feel this burning in the back of your arm, working right here in that tricep. So I'm trying for 10 reps of these. I'm going all the way down, tapping, and then back up. Trying to keep it controlled the whole time. Now, even though these are called the skull crusher, you don't want them right over the top of your face or your skull. I don't know who named them, but just be careful. I have accidentally clipped my ear with the dumbbell. You don't want to do that. So keep them right outside your head. Nine, and last one, and 10, and relax. All right. And finishing out with a set of lateral raise. Trying to do 10 reps, just like you're making a snow angel, lifting up to the side and back down. So you want to go straight out to the side. With this, going out to the side. It's going to really hit that middle deltoid. And 10. The deltoid has 3 pieces. Imagine like 3 sort of fingers of muscle. So you've got the anterior deltoid, the middle deltoid, and the posterior deltoid. And each one does a slightly different thing. So that middle deltoid lifts out to the side, anterior deltoid lifts forward into shoulder flexion, posterior deltoid lifts backwards into extension. So we're hitting that one that really adds to the width of your shoulders. So if you like this sort of workout and want to see more, I host these live streams on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Hope to see you there.